I will explain the 6 things you need to have in order to succeed with outbound marketing. Make sure to pay attention, because if you miss one of these things, you will never succeed. So in this video, I will dive into our rules of outbound marketing, and in another video, I will dive into more depth about specific channels. So let's dive into the 6 things you need to have in order to make it succeed and get an insane amount of appointments. First of all, you need to have the right channel. Because if you don't have the right channel, you might be messaging people that are not your ideal target, or maybe it's an ideal prospect, but they're actually not really using the channel. So the right channel is extremely important. With channels, I mean, it might be Instagram, it might be SMS, it might be LinkedIn, it might be Facebook, it might be email, or it might be another channel. So in order to pick the right channel, you need to understand where your ideal prospect is at the moment. Are they on one of these channels, and which one of these are they using the most? Then if you know, like, okay, my ideal prospect is on email a lot, or my ideal prospect is on Facebook a lot, then of course you need to choose email or Facebook. Another thing to be careful of is to understand and know if you can actually really target those people on a channel. So are there hashtags? Are there groups? Is there a certain common interest, or are there certain things that your ideal prospects have in common that you can target on? So this is really important. They need to, of course, use a channel, and you need to be able to find your ideal prospect there easily as well. So that's crucially important. Then the second thing is volume, okay? Because if you are sending out 10 messages a day, you will never have a lot of appointments. But if you're sending 1,000 messages a day, then the chances of getting appointments is much higher. So make sure to send a lot of volume. A lot of the times your personal profile isn't enough, or actually 9 out of 10 times your personal profile is not enough. So make sure to have extra profiles in order to send the volume and eventually get a lot of people in the call. Make sure to have at least 100 open chats every day, and with open chats I mean new people that are actually really seeing your message. That's really important. Then the third thing you need to have is automation, because of course you can do outbound marketing yourself without automations, but it takes an insane amount of time. And why would you not use automations in order to take the first step to target them, to eventually send them a friend request or connect with them and send them the first message? Because that's where the heavy lifting comes in, and if you automate that part, then the appointment setter can eventually take over the chat and continue the conversation when the conversation is active. So make sure to use automation, because then you have leverage, and then you have a leverage setter instead of a normal setter, and then you have much more volume, and it's easier to eventually get a lot of people on the call. Then the fourth thing in order to make outbound work is a good offer. If your offer sucks, nobody wants to get in the call, because eventually, of course, you can create a really nice script to make it seem like it's a better offer, but it's just better to have a good offer from the start already, instead of like needing to do a lot of tactics and tricks to persuade them to get on the call. Your offer will just do the talking, and then eventually they will hop on the call. Like literally the best copywriting is the best offer. Because if you have a good offer with guarantees, maybe it's pay per lead, maybe they get an insane amount of volume. If you have a good offer and you can eventually explain that offer properly and pitch that offer properly in the chat versus someone that has an offer that sucks, even if the guy that has an offer that sucks hires the best copywriter in the world, he won't get more appointments than you. Like, you will always get more appointments if your offer is much better than anyone else with outbound marketing, because everything is about the offer. If you have a really good offer and you can eventually make a nice script in order to explain the value of that offer, then you will most of the time win. Then the fifth thing, a script that hits certain psychological triggers and stands out. This one is really important as well, because if you have a good offer or an average offer or whatever offer, if you can't really explain your offer properly and also make the pitch and script persuading, then you won't really get appointments. So you need to make sure you have a proper script in order to persuade people to get in the call, and to also make sure you can clearly explain the value of your offer and what it eventually means to them. So make sure you have a script with certain psychological triggers that stands out and get you appointments. Then the sixth way is actually a dashboard or a certain way to optimize the targeting and messaging. Because if you don't optimize your outbound scripts, your targeting, your initial messaging, then in 80% of the cases it won't work out. Because in order to make outbound work in a crowded market, you need to optimize. Because maybe the first pitch works insanely well, you're getting insane amounts of appointments, but maybe you're getting the appointments after the fourth or the fifth optimization. Because maybe the targeting is not right. Maybe nobody connects with your response to the first message. Maybe no one books a call after you pitch them. You need to optimize certain parts of the script and pitch in order to convert them at a higher and higher and higher level. If you don't optimize, then there is a high chance that you won't succeed with this. Then an extra bonus thing is a leverage setter that knows how to do outbound. Because you can do all of these things yourself, but it will still take a lot of time to really do it properly. So make sure to have an appointment setter that understands how to run outbound and do all of these different things so that you don't need to spend a lot of time in it. An appointment setter for outbound marketing doesn't really need to have a lot of experience. They just need to know when to say the right things and what to say exactly. And of course, how to run the outbound, how to target and all of these different things. But the person doesn't need to have that much experience if you or another party trains the person properly. So now you have the things you need to have, but maybe outbound marketing is actually not the best marketing tactic for your business. So click on this video or this video right now to see if outbound marketing is something you should use.